Good morning, my people. How you doing? Remember, if you give reality check, reality testing to a grandiose person, you gravely hurt that person. Be careful. Reality is a threat for people living in fantasy. They need the shared fantasy. The shared fantasy is an extension of the grandiose self. And this is external regulation. The external regulation of emotions needs a fantastic space. The shared fantasy, the family code. And if you are intruding into this space with reality testing and confronting these people with reality, you gravely wound them. You threaten them to their core by having healthy boundaries and refusing to regulate their emotions. This is why they go to the extent they go. This is why they repress the shame and guilt. Because what they do in order to mold violently, passive-aggressive, this shared fantasy space around them creates shame and guilt. They have to do evil things to shape the fantastic space around them. And these are the circles. This is the fuel, what feeds the grandiose self. This is what they have to consume, and this is what creates the circles, the destructive circles. You see, yeah, they see me rolling, they hating, trying to catch me riding dirty. Alright, now, we don't have to, and we should not, over-pathologize ourselves. This is our strength and weakness, to do introspection and always ask, at the end of the day, no matter how strong we stood up for our boundaries, for our identity, at the end of the day, a calm moment will come where we are vulnerable with God. And we say, what part did I have? Was I not fair? You know, introspection, asking yourself. Being self-critical. And this is being weaponized against us. All our strengths are being weaponized against us. So there will be a multiple gaslightings where people question us when we make healthy boundaries, when we give them reality checks, all right? Because they have to regulate their own emotions externally. They have to devalue others, not only to elevate themselves, but also to make the other people give them the feeling that they have to try harder and perform harder. The irony is that a healthy person will cut out a person like that, which means when they devalue, they want more of you, but you will give them less. And this will lead to a mutual discard, because for the narcissistic psychopath, the borderline or whatever, you are an object, you are a symbol in a fantastic space, remember? The fantastic space is the extension of the grandiose self, and you are a symbol. And as long as you look like promising deal, something that when it is being idealized, it gives back idealization. So you reflect idealization, the narcissist can use you to extract malignant self-love, okay? or you are dangerous for the narcissist. The narcissist knows if he crosses you, you take away everything from them. In both these cases, you are a symbol that the narcissist has to interact with, okay? But as soon as the narcissist sees in you no more worth and no danger, the symbol tells him to drop you, to ghost you. And they do this within seconds. The narcissist can drop you and objectify you after a years-long relationship in seconds, okay? Because he sees you as a symbol, an object, internalized object. You are a part of the narcissist's self-absorbed wasteland, all right? And he can drop you and objectify you in 3 seconds because you're always just an object and a symbol. You just have no shared price anymore, you know? It looks not so good anymore, all right? You are something that has to be sold. You are sold now. You're ghosted. You're stonewalled, all right? And we should not pathologize ourselves at the end of the day, because we have the ability to introspect, and we have been gaslit multiple times. So now we see in ourselves, yes, there is some narcissism in us, yes, there is some borderline in us, you know. All of that is in every human being. But the cluster B, the DSM-5, these are the extremes. These are externally validating people. But the simple answer to your self-doubt is, you're not an abuser because you don't abuse other people. And you're not one of those because you have principles and a moral code. This has also been used against you. But this is not a weakness. This is the essential of life. If you give this up, you may gain the world, but you sell your soul, okay? You can do this. You can make some money from that. You can gain a position, okay? You can cheat other people out of their position and take the recognition that they deserve. But you have to sell your soul for that, okay? You have to give away your moral compass and your principles for that. You can do that. I'm not judging you. You will be rewarded in this world. But you can choose to keep that. So don't second guess yourself too much, all right? And they are abusers because they abuse and externally regulate. You don't do that. There's a simple difference. Don't make it too complicated. Don't think about, oh, is this a borderliner? Is this a narcissist? Is this a psychopath? They switch self-states anyway. They switching faces and self-states anyway. Okay? I have this theory that in every abusive cycle, they switch the states. Okay, they become something new, a new personality, a new fantasy is needed, and people have to invest in that. Emotional investment into a fantasy, cathexis. All right. So it's simple. You have a moral core, you have principles, you don't abuse other people, you are not one of them. It's so simple. And yes, you might have negative thoughts all in a sudden. This is something that you will internally solve, okay? And it comes projected from them, all right? Now you know how they feel. They wake up with negative emotions. And this is dangerous. This is the narcissist and the psychopath and the borderliner's karma. They are in hell every day. They have very negative emotions of self-hatred ultimately. But they project it on other people. And one of those was you. And now you feel, what the hell is going on with this person? Why are they proud of shameful things? Well, they repress shame. They don't feel the shame. They have sold a soul. All right. So don't gaslight yourself. I told you it's very simple. And this is also why they come up with complicated narrations, complicated explanations why they do what they do. You can read the book, Worthy, from Jada Pinkett Smith. It's a complicated book about why Jada Pinkett Smith is a worthy and respectable person, even though she destroys everybody around them. Everybody who loves her is being destroyed as a revenge for loving her. She don't care for her children. She's not a functional mother. She's not a functional wife. And she devalues Will, not because Will Smith is not enough for her or a bad person. It's not that problem. No. The narcissistic psychopath always finds your weak spot and uses it to make you feel you have to perform harder and create a dependence. And again, the irony of most people is this leads to a discard. Will Smith takes this abuse too long. That's not healthy, okay? Yeah. So I just wanted to come through with this small message. Stay safe and don't let them change you or even rearrange you. That's what Bob Marley would say.